Okay, well, it looks like my Wi-Fi is weak right now, so it's possible that it might go in and out. If it goes out for a long period of time, I will probably just end it without saying goodbye. So goodbye now. I'm just joking. But anyways, I've been working on a project. And hello, I see three people. You guys can comment if you want, and I can answer any questions. You can say hi. Right now, when I'm coming on, I'm going to probably take the first couple of minutes and just let you see some of my project, but then I'll talk a little bit about my project and realize that these are live project shares. That's all they are. There's no real tutorials except that I will maybe talk about how I made something and what what I did basically. I might show you just so you can get ideas from my projects. Sometimes a project comes together quickly. Hello, Uresa from Greece. Oh, thank you. Thank you. Yes, currently I have a customer who has ordered around five. I think this might be the fifth wreath. She loves them, and she has a house that she places been placing them on all the doors in her house. So I think some of the doors she might putting one in front, one on back. And these wreaths, when I make them, they are pretty much indoor wreaths. They're not made for your outside of your door. I mean, unless you have an enclosed patio, I wouldn't put it there because it these fabrics are going. Hello, Flor. Hello from Chile. Um, so right now I'm working on this one. She requested, if you research my boho wreath, it's one of the first rag wreaths I made. It sold actually barely this year. I think I had it in my shop for a couple of years, and I think some people have finally found my designs and it sold, but she liked it. But she's not a boho person. She's more Victorian and not really shabby chic because she likes mostly the darker colors, but she likes the doily. So she likes vintage, I would say Victorian look. And my style is mixed styles. So I mix up shabby chic with Victorian with and it just come up with my own style. So but I do make I do have tons of tutorials for you. Most people are asking me, well, you didn't teach me how to make it. Well, I'm not going to teach you how to make it. I've taught you how to make a lot of things. I have tons of tutorials out there. I devoted a lot of time to showing you how to make flowers. I made a few kits. So there's a lot of information on my channel, but I'm not going to teach you particularly how to make this one. And of course, I've improved in my style. I've improved in my flower making because I keep doing it. So then I improve. Um, but anyways, this is she wanted she liked that boho one. In fact, if you go to my shop, my Etsy shop, I did create a listing for ordering custom wreaths. And right now, with how many she's ordering, I haven't made extra because I've been doing a lot of things. But I will hopefully soon make some. And each wreath will be different because I do one of a kind things. I don't use the only time I do something that's all the same, then I basically will make a kit or something, which I don't plan to do right away, but I could because if I get enough people asking, I might do that. So right now that you're seeing are some of the flowers of the wreath. Um, but she wanted that style, and it was hard for me to keep that style because she wanted the kind of like the rosies with gold and different things. And I told her, well, we could probably put purple with it, and it's actually come together. It took me a while, but let me see if I can get this. There you go. There's the top. And this is not done. I am not done here. Sometimes I like to show you a picture of what it looks like when I'm not completely finished. I have been working on this, and a lot of the times what I've been starting to do is that I put a lot of it together. Like I put some of the tassel down there. I try to choose a doily that might go in the middle, and then I put the basic colors I'm thinking about, and then I go back and I will fix it up and change the colors a little bit. So over on this side, I didn't have, as you can see, it's not totally symmetrical. I don't always make things symmetrical. So one of the things on the style of that wreath that we had that she liked is that I had placed on this side, I had placed flowers kind of to the side. Then I went up here on the side with a wedding lace. And so she chose this after conversing with her, she chose this beautiful um applique fabric that I have. It's actually their appliques. And she said she wanted me to use that. And then I had showed her some of the other colors that I had available that were similar. And one of them was this really dark, dark purple. You can see that beautiful purple fabric in there. Um, and so I worked on putting this all together. And I used this wreath, I used a lot of beautiful fabrics in the wreath itself. You can see this is a fabric with an actually applique on it. You can see how pretty that is. And then the same for this purple one. It's the same fabric except they're different colors. And then I used some rose lace. I've used this in one of my other projects. And so this is how I brought it together. So that was a style that she saw, and I told her, okay, well, it won't be real symmetrical. So I brought the flowers from the center and I went up to the left, one of my flower plates. And I recently, when I was looking at it, it looked unbalanced to me. So I came over here on this side and I added some a couple of more flowers because it looked a little unbalanced. And then I had laid that beautiful lace along the edges there. You can see that. And over here, you can see I actually placed some of it over here, not a lot of it, because this is the place where the flowers are going. So to me, that is representing leaves, even though they're rosy and gold. And always likes the cameos. So this is a part that's unfinished. I was feeling like this side was not balanced, so I've been working on it. And what I did is I added this piece here, and I think it looks pretty good. And I added this beautiful, this is a true vintage new lace I have. And I said, well, this would be a great way to display it to look beautiful. And I felt like this was a little bit too just only applique, and I wanted to break it up a little bit. So I broke it up with this hanging down, which looks gorgeous. I love it. And then here I put another piece here on this side. See that? And last night I was actually attaching this doily here, and it's very tight. And what I do is I actually hand sew it on to the back. I take and I use my needle and thread and I hand sew it to after I've placed it. And she liked that cream look of the doily, so I was trying to bring that elegant and vintage look together. So I did have a a lavender doily, but I didn't think it would go. It would be too much purple lavender and not enough. I just didn't like it. Wouldn't bring in that creamy look that these vintage pieces have. So you can see here I made a flower with some lace there. And so up here I haven't finished up here. See? What I was thinking of doing is I have used a beautiful applique up there before with a bunch of beads on it, but I'm not sure if that's what I really want to do with this because I just pinned it on with, and this is all loose, and I just pinned a doily there because I wanted to get that impression. Do I like this look or don't I? I'll do that a lot when I'm designing. I'll just put something up and it's growing on me. So I'm starting to like it, but I'm wondering if I'm going to go ahead. I may also place some tassels coming down like I have on other wreaths to break up that a little bit, but add a little bit of glitter, maybe some pearls, and I don't know what else I would find. So most of these flowers are handmade, and what you see up here, this is the beautiful fabrics I used. You can see, I don't like to hide the entire, let me come from the side, see, you can see from this side, look how beautiful that is, all the beautiful fabrics I use. This is a gorgeous fabric with a shine, because I wanted to add cream. It's got gold in it, purples, lace. So I take quite a while doing this, putting this all together. And here's a handmade flower right here. She looks beautiful. And I do blend different colors together. And here again, I decided to go ahead and put in a few of those vintage. I carry these vintage pip berries in my shop. I think I have them under vintage right now. I wanted to see if some of the people saw them in the vintage section who might be interested in them. And here I made a beautiful flower out of a satin, and I placed, the combination is very different on this piece, right? I used this a satin fabric, and then I placed a tea-dyed doily or ecru doily in the middle, and I placed this gorgeous earring. This is an earring I used to carry these in my shop, but I did keep a lot for myself because I think they're so pretty. Um, and then I think, let's see, and I made flowers out of the fabric. Let me show you this. See this flower right here. Let me see. I think there's another one right here. You can see it right there. Let me find the fabric in the tassel. See the tassel? This is the fabric I used. And can you see how pretty it looks when you melt the edges? It gives it a little dark color, and it brings, gives it that real beautiful look. On this side, you might be able to see some of the pieces of fabrics I use. I used a lot of beautiful fabrics in there, and was trying to make it nice and thick. Here is a vintage doily. Now this doily is one that I had hand dyed, and I used part of it in one of my way previous videos. And then I made this other very dark purple, and I actually recently added this pink doily in the middle because I felt like it was too stark. So I softened it by adding a pink doily in the center. You can see there. Added the pink doily, and then I added the thing. And this is one of my puff flowers that I made that one. This is a piece of rose fabric that I turned into a flower with a la Liz technique. And this is some vintage, not vintage, this is actually new lace. I just made a flower with that, and here's some more in the center, and some more beautiful lace coming down. Let's see. What else? Okay, over here is another one of those white puff flowers, and I added this deep purple center in it. There. Over here.
Can I have donuts?
No, not right now. Over here, you'll see that I have a beautiful piece in here of I used to carry these in my shop too, but I kept them because I really like how vintage these look. Let's see what else. Oh, another flower. I used that fabric. I over here I thought it needed more, so I actually used that fabric, which was this fabric right here, and I was able to make a beautiful flower with it. You can see it just brings that same color and uniformity, but yet I thought it needed a little more purple on that side. And I think I just recently added these pieces, and I will probably put a few, maybe I'm going to add maybe a few beads I might add to it. I'm not sure. The last time I did the pumpkin that I did, I forgot to take photos before I send it to the customer after this. But I'm going to show her this video, and I'll probably work on this. I'll finish this up probably late tonight or tomorrow morning. But I think, let me see, I was going to show you a couple of things. I put a couple of things inside a container, and I just wanted to walk you through a little bit of what I do. So right now, let's set back. I'm looking at this, and I actually feel like, see right here, I feel like that needs something there. If you can see the balance of this. And I'm still going to trim along some, like I'll trim that white piece right there. I might, trim a couple of little pieces here and there, but over here I feel like it needs a little something. So I'm thinking about what am I going to do there. And also was thinking about that top section. You can see right now, you can barely see that cameo. So I will work on that. And I think I like how that's broken up over here. And it's still showing the beauty. And I think if I hang something in the middle, like I'd have before, that it will still allow you to see the beautiful doily but it will also, you know, put a little bit more glitz in there. So on this section, I'm thinking, um, I could still break this up a little bit. Let me talk about this part. I feel like I could break this up a little bit more. And some of the things I was thinking of using is she loves cameos. So what I'm doing is I'm grabbing cameos. So I have these cameos. No way, maybe not the skull one. So I have some rose colored. I think they might look cute just to place a couple in there, or I might choose a different color if I find a different color, like maybe cream might look, brown might look good if I find one. So this is what I'm thinking. I don't know exactly what I'm going to do, but as you can see, so that one would look good because it would stand out more. It would go more with the gold. So I might put a couple here, and that would, sometimes I feel like things need to be broken up a little bit, and there are different ways of breaking it up. And I've never done that before with cameos, but sometimes I come up with different ideas. What was the other thing? I broke it up by adding a beautiful brooch here, and I think I like it. And adding that, so I could add more, another brooch, maybe set it in here. That would look cute, maybe. And then over here, I feel like it needs something. I feel like there's a little hole in there. I was thinking maybe I could add a little bit of a piece of doily. This is actually a lace that I just sewed it together. And then oh, it fell. Hold on. There it goes. And then I just closed it up. And you see how pretty that looks? And I love using them like this. And then I stick them in. And look how pretty that looks. So she wanted cream in her piece. So I think if I add cream, I also think it needs a little bit more, maybe some more purple or rose. And I may fix it by just pulling out the colors that I want to show. So I think it needs a little purple. I can pull it out. And you can see that could solve the problem. Or, yeah, it's just the design of what we're all different. Look at that. If I pull that piece out, it might work. So that's what I've been doing. So I could add, instead of that there, I could add this here, which is a different flower I handmade. And it would give you a different texture, different color. This is organza, and I don't know, it was a practice flower I made one time, and I can reuse them in different ways. So I might put that in there. I don't know. I see you're seeing my finger. That's because I'm doing stuff. So I don't know for sure what I'm going to do there. I'm going to probably I usually put them in and I say, which one do I like? Which one looks better? Which one balances it better? Here's another flower, which is a chiffon. I made it with chiffon. And I seared the edges. There, did it focus? It's not focusing. I do have another one of those right up here I just recently added. So I could add that in here just to give it color. But I was actually thinking I might take, I don't know, I might just add something. I don't know. We'll see what I end up doing. But so it's not completely finished, but it's almost there. And I like to let you see the things like that, not totally finished, knowing that it's almost there and I'm ready to stop, but just finish the final touches of cleaning up, doing those types of things. Oh, this was another way. I have this gorgeous piece. It's just a fashion earring. Sometimes I think I had these in some of my lots at one time. And I was thinking of adding it here. See how that can break it up and just add a little bit of glitz maybe there and just let it lie like that. And it just adds the pearls, but breaks up that piece. So if I'm just here for a little while because I thought my son was acting pretty well, and excuse all the mess in the back. I used a gray sheet in the background this time because I ended up putting my curtain up in my room. So as you can see, it's not symmetrical. It has some things that need to be finished. It's not perfect. It's not completely symmetrical, but it's about done. I'll probably have be working on it probably another hour or so because I'm going to show this video to my customer and then I'll probably work on it late tonight. But I thought I'd show it to you anyway. So this is Liz with Crafty Devotion. I hope you are inspired by my designs and the way I was able to combine the colors of this piece to work with that rose and the purple. It was just a little interesting for me to work on how am I going to bring these colors together, and it looks like it's working. I'll talk to you guys next time.